Greetings all, Devious Monkey here. Some more tweaks to the background here. This stuff I didn't realize wasn't black. It was gray. And as I was looking at it on the footage, it was bugging me. I didn't like it. So I took it out in the garage earlier and I sprayed it with Plasti-Dip, black Plasti-Dip. And although it a little bit shinier than I thought it was going to be, it still, to me, looks better than the gray. And also with the Plasti-Dip, it will help, you know, from the consistency of it, help absorb more sound. And it's kind of getting me high because of the fumes. So good day. So got a couple other things going on. You know, I got a lot of work done today that needed to be done, you know, so I'm happy going into the weekend that I've got all that shit done. I don't have to worry about it. Other than that, I was pleasantly surprised to find out that I'm getting I guess if you want to call it a bonus, because I thought they suspended those, but I guess they didn't. So I'm getting an unexpected extra amount in my check this coming payday, I think. Which is good. It brought up a little bit of discussion with some of my friends earlier about the next stimulus. I don't think that I'm eligible for that stimulus check, and I don't think my wife is either. So I don't think we're going to be getting another stimulus check like we did the last time. If we get it, great. If we don't, oh well. Hopefully it goes to somebody that needs it, not to a bunch of jackass rich pukes that are fucking stealing from everybody again. This weekend's plans. I don't have any. It's still brutal out. Right now, though, oddly enough, it's in the 70s, but the humidity is even more oppressive. I can't imagine if it were, you know, 20 degrees hotter, if it were back in the upper 90s, what it would feel like today. Even with the cooler temperatures, it was just absolutely ludicrous out there today. And I had to do the stuff that I needed to do outside. So I went out and finished. Well, I didn't finish. I actually went out there and weed whacked my patio. I think I've said before that like I haven't done anything with it all year, and a bunch of weird shit was growing out there. So we literally had things that were like trees. I mean, they were over 8 feet tall. But some of them were so big they were tipping over and coming like towards the door. Now, I don't know what that shit was. There were at least 5 different types of trees, and it was freaking me out. And at one point, this was like a couple weeks ago, I saw like a weird couple of stalks growing, and I joked to my wife and I go, doesn't that look like corn? That'd be kind of funny if we had corn growing. I shit you not, I went out there today to weed whack and I looked and I could see that silky hair shit that comes out of, you know, an ear of corn. So I walked over to it and I ripped it off and I pulled it open. I had freaking corn growing on my freaking patio. Can you believe that? Like, where the hell did that come from? It's never been there before. It's not like I went out and planted it. Mother Nature is a funny-ass bitch because she does weird shit to me. So I had literally like, I think 5 different stalks of corn growing out there. I whacked them all down except for one. And I only left it up there for the hilarity of it, that we have corn growing on our patio. But I had to literally, the trees were so thick, I couldn't weed whack them. And I didn't want to just saw them down because then they would just keep growing. So I literally pulled them up, roots and all. Thank goodness they came out all in one big clump as I pulled them up. And, you know, I broke them down and stuff and threw them in the corner so they can, you know, look all white trashy and shit. Yeah, so I had to go out there and do that. And the only reason I went with the momentum of having gone out and braced the air conditioner. So I had to put this folding ladder together and get it up high enough to get under there. And then I bought like a 1x4 because I thought that would be thick enough to give it a little bit of a brace to take some of the pressure off the window. And it wasn't. So I had to go in the garage and find another piece of wood and saw it down to roughly the same size and then get it all up there. That took me less than 20 minutes. And in that time, I looked like I had been hosed down from sweat because it's so humid out there. So since I was already drenched and disgusting anyways, I thought, all right, let me just run with it. I'll run the cord and I'll get the weed whacker out there and I'll go do the patio. So that's all done. All my outside stuff is done. Now I need to call the guy about coming and actually properly, professionally doing our patio and getting it done so that I don't have fucking corn and who knows what other alien shit out there is going to grow, and get that all done. And I feel better that it's now down and we don't have 8-foot trees showing out to the street, because I'm sure I would have gotten a hate letter about that from the association, like I'm going to get about the air conditioner, and that's what they're going to get from me about the AC, because it's so wonderful in here, with the exception of the fumes from this stuff now, but hopefully that'll dissipate sooner rather than later. Otherwise, again, I don't have anything planned for the weekend, because again, we've had 2 now torrential storms from, you know, whatever from this afternoon, and it looks like that's the way it's going to be. So again, I'm not going to really be doing any kind of filming outside, but I think I want to just film normal shit in here around the house, whatever, and play with the editing and see if I can't come up with some interesting stuff. I watched somebody's video today, and even though they were doing this, just literally sitting on a bar stool in front of a background, they were able to do things with their editing just to make it more interesting, instead of just, hi, I'm a weenie, I grow corn in my patio, you know, kind of a thing, and kind of go from there. At this point though, you know, it's almost time for my wife to get home. I don't know why I'm so hungry, but I'm freaking ravenously starved. So as soon as she gets home, we're gonna have to figure out what to eat and do that, and then it's just gonna be a nice chody night on the couch, probably watching What We Do in the Shadows and finish out the season, because that show's awesome. Nadia is awesome. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. Otherwise, that's it. I don't have anything else to do, plan to film, all that kind of stuff. I do need to do a couple online courses that I've been meaning to do, and I just haven't done it, but I'll get that out of the way this weekend, because I have a lot of stuff that's off my plate that brings the stress level down of, shit, I gotta do that. All right, that's all I got for you. Real quick, shitty update. Hopefully this'll be completely dried out and fume-free, you know, over the weekend. You know, and I hope it looks all right. And if it doesn't, tough shit, because I'm not changing it. Okay, and if you have any suggestions, comments, or whatever, drop them in the comments down below. As always, thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe, and all that shit. And remember, kids, forward and up.